Hey, I'm Alex with Marc's Mobility. In this video demonstration, we're going to compare the Revo to the Baja Bandit by Pride Mobility. So these are the two units by Pride. This is the Revo 2.0. They did have a Revo back in the day, 10, 12 years ago. This is the newer version. It's been out for about 4 or 5 years. And then this is the Bandit. The Bandit's been out maybe 6 months ago. This Bandit came out. What they did is they basically took the Revo and they put it on steroids. So what we're going to show you is we're going to show you kind of the difference between these two scooters and what's the advantages and disadvantages of each unit. So first, right off the bat, they're both rated for 400-pound weight capacities. So you don't have to worry about that. They are 400-pound weight capacities. They do both break apart. Now the Bandit is going to be a heavier front section when it breaks apart. That's your heaviest piece, is going to be the front section on both of these units. But the Bandit is going to be heavier. So the Bandit is going to be about 71 pounds, the front section. And we have other videos that show how these units break apart. On the Revo, you're going to be about 57 pounds, the front section. So if weight is a concern, right there, 71 to 57. Neither one of these are really, really light portable units. So we do also sell other types of lightweight type of scissor type lifts to get stuff in vehicles, or exterior lifts such as the AL100. Both of these units will fit. Harmar will say that the Revo is not compatible with an AL100 due to being, you have a arm that comes down with a pad, and if that pad is slightly crooked, it kind of brushes the front of the seat. So it's really just the clearance wise. If you look on a compatibility calculator by Harmar, they're going to say this is not compatible. It is compatible. Same with this. On this unit, you have to have, and I'll get with the seat sizes in a minute, but you have to go with the 18-inch seat because it currently has a slider on the seat to be able for the arm to clear to be able to put this on an AL100. But in certain configurations, both are compatible with the AL100. What I mentioned earlier was seat sizes also. The Revo only comes with one seat. It comes with a standard 20-inch seat. It's a 20 by 18-inch seat. This is the only seat option you get, but there's no upcharge. This is the only option, the 20-inch seat. On the Bandit, you can get an 18 or a 20-inch seat, but do remember the 18-inch seat does have a slider. So if you are looking for more leg room, the Bandit is going to be a better option for you if you go with the 18-inch seat. So you can see you have this little lever here in the front. You can slide the seat forward and back. So if I was to put a tape measure on that from where your feet would be to the battery pack, full clearance-wise, you're close to 16 inches. If I was to do that on this unit, you're only about 11 inches. So you can see it's an extra 5 inches. Now you still could kind of put your feet at a backwards angle, like if you sat on this unit, you could have your feet a little bit back, but most people want to have their knees at least a 90-degree angle or kicked out. Now granted, you can put your feet up here on either unit. It's not always going to be the most comfortable. You can do that. I would not recommend pushing all your weight if you're a heavy set person off of this, because it is a one-piece molded plastic frame or plastic shroud. So I would not recommend doing that, but you can put your feet and rest them on there. But if you do want to just sit normal, just kind of show you the difference. On an 18-inch, you can see how you can sit back and you're not even at a 90-degree angle. You're at a better angle than that for comfort. 20-inch seat, though, on this unit, you would be sitting a little more forward, so you would be comparable to the 20-inch seat on the Revo. Do you remember with all Pride units, the armrests are adjustable, so you can bring them out to get more room in between the armrests if that is something that you think that you need. The next difference between these two units is going to be your overall speed. The Revo tops out at about 5 miles an hour, where the Bandit tops out at about 8 miles an hour. So there is a big difference in speed, about 3 miles an hour. Might not seem like a lot, but when you are a wheelchair or a scooter user, we do get that pretty often. Hey, that little couple miles an hour makes a big difference when you're trying to get from A to B, trying to cross the roads, trying to get to the store, whatever it is, people do like speed. What Pride also did when they came out with the Bandit, they switched over, and this is a lithium-powered unit. This is a sealed lead acid battery unit. Advantages and disadvantages of these two units is lithium is lighter, it lasts longer, and it charges faster. Disadvantage to lithium on these sides is it's not approved for transportation. So you cannot take these on a plane, on a train, or on a cruise. Those types of things, these batteries are not approved for different types of transportation. But you get a farther range because you can dual the batteries. You get about 14.5 miles on a full charge with the single battery. You can actually dual the lithium batteries up there and get double 29, close to 30 miles on a range with this. Over here, it's two 35 amp deep cycle batteries. You're not going to get nearly as far. You're going to get about 13 miles, but that's the maximum. You can't dual the batteries up. There already are two batteries, and pretty much every sealed lead acid battery unit is going to have two batteries because all of these are a 24-volt system. So that's going to be the difference between the two. This is approved for transportation. This is not approved for transportation. So this might be, hey, I want to go on a cruise. You can take the armrests off and still fit this through a door. This, you would not be able to transport that in those types of scenarios because of the lithium battery. But it is lighter, and lithium does charge faster. So the difference between a lithium charger and a sealed lead acid charger is the sealed lead acid charger is going to charge really fast at the amperage, maybe 3.5 to 4 amps, and then it's going to start to taper down as your battery starts to get more and more full. A lithium battery is going to charge in probably close to half the time. It's going to charge at that full 3.5 to 4 amps all the way throughout the charge. So lithium does charge faster. With lithium batteries, you don't have any problem of short charging or just topping the batteries off. So if you say, hey, I'm only missing one light, I want to top the batteries off, go ahead, no problem, not going to hurt the unit. Sealed lead acid, if you do that over and over again, you could cause some damage to the longevity of the battery. So what you really want to do with sealed lead acids is let them drain down and then charge them back up. Neither unit is it recommended to let it sit for 6-7 months without charging. It's not really good for either unit to do that, but I would say it's definitely more cost effective to replace AGM batteries than it is lithium. Lithium is going to be more expensive, but it should last 2 to 3 times longer than what sealed lead acids do if they're charged properly. These units are going to be very similar in the overall turning radius. So it needs about 53 inches to turn on this unit and about 52 inches over here. So turning radius is not going to be much of a difference between the two of these two units. But what does another main advantage of the Bandit over the Revo is going to be your lighting. So the Revo is going to have a light up here up front. It's a tiny light. And then when you do actually drive and engage the throttle, you do have rear tail lights that come on. You have the same concept over here where the rear tail lights come on when you engage the unit, but your headlights and your turn signals are DOT, which is automotive grade headlights. So when I turn this light on, it's not even close. This is a headlight. That's more of a little lamp just to light up your path so you're visible. Not light your path, just so people see you. This on the Bandit is fully going to light up where you're going. So that is an advantage of the Bandit that the Revo does not have. The next thing I'll talk about is suspension. So they both have coils in the front and the back, full suspension. So they're both comfortable. They both flex pretty well on the unit. You can see I'm 220 pounds. When I sit on there, you can see the flex of it. The Bandit has a suspension inside the seat post. So inside the seat post, when you buy the unit, there's two different coils. There's one for somebody under 220 pounds and somebody above that range up to 400 pounds. And it actually is like how 18-wheelers are designed, where you actually have suspension inside the seat post plus the front and rear suspension. So if you're looking for suspension, the Bandit is the way to go. Currently, right now, both of these units, they call them a 9-inch tire. I mean, just looking at them visually, I would say the Bandit's tire looks a little more aggressive tread, just a hair wider. They are solid tires on the Revo. Coming out in the future, you are going to be able to get what they call pneumatic air tires on the Bandit. Right now, currently as it is, it's only solid tires, but in a couple months, they're most likely going to have an air tire version that you can order for this, or you can have either or. Air tires are typically going to be a little bit softer, going to grip a little bit better, and then they're going to give you a little bit smoother of a ride. The next thing to talk about between these two units is going to be the ground clearance. Your Bandit has a ground clearance of a little over 1.5 inches. Your Revo is about 1.25 inches. So it's a little bit higher ground clearance on the Revo, on the Bandit, excuse me, higher ground clearance on the Bandit over the Revo. But you got to remember, that's going to be at your motor. A lot of companies are also telling you your ground clearance is more underneath the deck here and not an actual true ground clearance in the back. But do remember, if you're taking these on non-paved surfaces, you would have to hit a tree stump sticking upright at about 1.5 inches for it not to clear. Most time you're going to go over a tree stump that's vertical, and you are, horizontal, and you're going to drive over that. So basically, as you drive over, your drive tires are going to lift up and climb over that object. So we get that a lot of times. Oh man, I got a lip in my house that's an inch tall. Am I going to be able to get over it? No problem at all. Your drive tires are going to ride over that, and you're going to stay that same distance off the ground. Now, the Pride Baja Bandit only comes in a 4-wheel version. The Pride Revo comes in a 3-wheel or a 4-wheel version. So do take that in mind. If you do want a 3-wheel version, the Baja Bandit is not going to be the option for you. Another difference between these two units is going to be cost. This unit currently right now in the market runs about $1,800. The Baja Bandit is closer to $3,000 on the market. So there is that $1,200 price point in there, and it's really going to be up to you as the consumer of what is it worth it for you. Is that extra $1,200 worth the speed, the distance, the lighting package, the comfort, the power? That's going to be ultimately up to you. The Revo has a 400-watt motor. So it's a 400-watt motor. The Baja Bandit has a 600-watt motor. So you're going to get 200 more watts out of this unit, which is also going to give you a lot more power and going to give you that 3 miles an hour faster speed. Something they designed when they came out with the Baja they made better is when you're adjusting the tiller while you're sitting in the unit. For example, I'll show you that now. If you were to sit in this unit and you wanted to adjust this tiller to and from, you have a knob that you have to twist over here on the side of the tiller, and then you can adjust the tiller forward and back. So some people, if they're heavy set, they have to adjust that tiller away from them so when they get in and out of the unit. On the Baja Bandit, it's great. They put a silver knob right here, or a gold knob that you can push with your foot or with your hand. It's no twisting. You can be in the unit while you're doing that. So that's a lot easier to adjust the tiller on the Baja Bandit over the Revo. I know we mentioned the overall rugged look. Tires are a little more rugged. You also have a front and a rear bumper on the Baja Bandit. That comes standard. They do not make any bumper type package for the Revo. Like I said, they took the Revo, they were thinking, how do we get more people outside, make it more aggressive, put bigger tires, bigger batteries, bigger motors. That's how you got the Baja Bandit. So to recap these units, Pride Revo 2.0, 400-pound capacity, 400-watt motor, 5 miles an hour, 52-inch turning radius, 20-inch seat standard, 3 or 4-wheel option, small headlight, knob adjustable tiller, solid tires, and 57 pounds when it breaks apart. The Baja Bandit, 400-pound capacity, 18 or 20-inch seat, 8 miles an hour, 600-watt motor, 71 pounds when it breaks apart, pneumatic or solid tires, DOT grade headlights. More expensive, cheaper option. So these are the two units that are out on the market by Pride. They're going to look very similar, but hopefully in this video we were able to explain to you the difference between these two scooters. If you have any questions or any concerns, give us a call. We'll be able to ask you questions, whether it's your height, your weight, where you're going to use it, and really determine what's going to be the best unit for you. So feel free to give us a call.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.